y'all? Keyshawn, yeah. How the hell are y'all today? Welcome to my motherfucking channel! And I'm back at it again with another motherfucking video. I know it's been a long time coming home. It's been a long time since I came on here with y'all. And y'all, I have really been... life has been lifing, okay? Life has really been lifing for me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back on it because y'all know I love creating content and I love creating videos. And if this is your first video here, you know, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Abundance Gang, where we get everything big on big, you know, prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Success. Everything come big on big when you're a part of the Abundance Gang, period. We get everything we want. So you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click that button, like, comment, share, and subscribe for another YouTube video. You feel what I'm saying? And come join the Abundance Gang. Like, why you want to be here? Like, we're creative as fuck. We're going to get in the bag. You know what I'm saying? We're healing the land. You know what I'm saying? We're healing the people on the land. You know what I'm saying? Spreading knowledge. Anyways, so if y'all already see the caption, so y'all know why y'all are here. You feel what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and tell this story really because there's a lot of people out there who really get hexed all the time and they don't know the signs. Like, when it happened to me, I didn't understand the signs either, y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all how the shit works, So I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, signs of you being hexed, and then also, you know, I'm gonna tell my little background story behind it with receipts. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the text messages up there too. You feel what I'm saying? And really, to be honest, y'all, I got hexed recently by one of my old friends too. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all my first time being hexed because we not gonna pour any energy into irrelevant ass bitches, period. Especially not new irrelevant ass bitches. You feel what I'm saying? We not doing that. We're gonna talk about old irrelevant ass bitches because of the story, but we ain't feeding energy to the new irrelevant ass bitches because they already been dealt with. Play where you lay, ho. You know, play. But anyways, okay, so we're gonna go with the story, y'all. So we're gonna have three main characters. You know, the first character, his name is gonna be, we're gonna call him K. You know what I'm saying? The character that I'm involved with, we're gonna call her Ashley. And then the other character, we're gonna call her Mimi, okay? So we got K, Ashley, and Mimi. Them is the characters, and then we got me. I ain't creating no fake name for me because baby, y'all already know what it is. It's Big Jess. Big Jess. Okay, so Kay had introduced me to Ashley last year. So he was just like, you know, I got this spiritual girl because he moved, because he where I'm from, and he moved to Atlanta. So he was down there and he ended up finding her, you know what I'm saying? But they had been knew each other type shit because they used to talk and they was cool. So he was like, you know, I got this spiritual friend, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you'll fuck with her because we was on the phone one day. I was just checking up on him because that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? Big bro, you know what I'm saying? If you watching this, big bro, you know what I'm saying? You already know what we got going on. But he had put me on to her and he was like, shit, she really cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like y'all be the best of friends, you know, she need a spiritual friend right now, you need a spiritual friend, you know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all vibe. So shit, I'm like, you know who she is, you know, give me her number. So he gave me her number and we was vibing, bro. We was cool. Like, we used to text each other every day, bro. We used to get on FaceTime, meditate. Like, bro, we was into herbs, we was into soap. And we was on the phone, we would spread our goals, we follow each other on social media, like we was helping each other confidently, sending each other affirmations, like that was my girl. But yeah, y'all already know it's coming, but so shit went down. So while we was cool, I was like, you know, I want to move back to an ancestral place, you know what I'm saying? Because my people, you know what I'm saying, they from by the waters, you know, South Carolina, Louisiana, Florida, you know what I'm saying? They migrated from them times. So I'm like, shit, I've been feeling like I need to move to South Carolina anyways, so let's get it. And me and her was already talking about doing that anyways, you know, moving, because I didn't want to stay where I want to stay and she didn't want to stay in Atlanta no more, because she was staying with her parents. So I'm like, okay, bet, let's go ahead and get it on the road. So we was gonna move somewhere in Conway, South Carolina. So I don't know if anyone know what it is, but Conway is kind of like real nice, and it was low budgeted at that time. So we was looking at houses, we was looking at apartments, you know, and I told her, I was like, you know, I need 6 months to get ready. We're gonna move at the beginning of the year because I stay by myself. I pay all my bills, you feel what I'm saying? So I need to know ahead of time what we're doing because I just can't be moving like that. I like to have plans, you know, and she stayed with her parents. You know, by the grace of the higher power, you know, a lot of people get to stay with their parents to stack up. My parents aren't like that, you know what I'm saying? They're like, when you're 18, baby, you're grown and you need to go out here. You know what I'm saying? Hers is more of like, oh, baby, you can stay here as long as you need to. I want you to save up and do better. You know what I'm saying? Which I fuck with because I'm gonna do my kids like that. You know, so her life was a little different than mine, you know what I'm saying? But she just didn't want to be in her parents' space because they didn't respect her practices. They really thought she was batshit crazy. It was like, girl, what the fuck is you doing? You trying to build an altar? You doing this? What is this music in here? Turn that shit down. They was not respecting her practices at all. They was looking at her like a damn fool. Okay, so then we was talking about that. We was looking at houses. We was on FaceTime. Okay, let me remind you. We're going to go back a little bit further. She had introduced me to her godmom, you know, which is Mimi. So Mimi is Ifa. You know what I'm saying? She's a child of Yamaye and I think Ogun, one of the two. But I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for a spiritual mentor, you know, someone to help me, someone to guide me on this journey. So I was like, okay, why not her? You know, and I felt like I've been praying for a mentor. So I thought, okay, maybe this is the divine, working in divine timing, sending me what I need to, you know, to grow and elevate on the spiritual journey. Oh. I have been fooled. I was fooled like fuck. I didn't have, my discernment wasn't right about the situation. And I realized that looking back now. My discernment wasn't right looking at the situation because I was just going off of that, and I didn't consult with my ancestors about that. I was just like, okay, like if y'all send her my way.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying, this is what I've been praying for.
But I didn't consult the ancestors. I always consult with your ancestors. Don't never make a move without consulting with your ancestors, especially when it comes to spiritual aspects. Back to the story. So, you know, I had met her. She put us in a group chat. I met one of her other goddaughters, and it was 3 of us, right? So we in a group chat, you know what I'm saying? Everything vibing. She told us when we called her that, yes, the ancestors approve us moving in together. We just need to get it together. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, bet. So I already stay in my apartment. I was having a problem with our trash situation because I stayed at the end, and the motherfuckers, they didn't pay the trash people, and they was letting that shit pile up. Like, I'm gonna show y'all pictures of the trash in the video. Like, I wasn't fucking with the shit, and I was definitely calling code enforcement all the time because why the fuck the trash look like this if I'm paying y'all, bitch? Like, so I had told her my situation. You know, so we was all like, bet, we're gonna go ahead and save up, and in 6 months we're gonna go ahead and move, you know. It'll give us a little time. Y'all, I'm about to tell y'all the story about to get good. Story about to get good. So, you know, it was like, it was around June. So we had been friends for a good like 5 months. So on our 6th month of friendship, that's when things started to get rocky, and I started to see things for what it was, bitch. So, hold on, let me go through my phone. I lied. But you know something? Don't get a little bit too carried away because I'm gonna fix myself. Okay, so it happened in July because I got the text message right here. So I woke up just one day on a normal day, you know what I'm saying? And I look at the group chat, and Mimi was like, hey, Alafia, yeah, and Tamlinia, which is Ashley, because that's her spiritual name that she gave her. She said, after the 20th of August, you good to go, love. And then I was like, how are you? And then Ashley was like, bet. She replied back to her message. She was like, bet. And then Mimi was like, I'm great. And then Ashley was like, what area is it? And then Mimi was like, Conway, the city next to Myrtle Beach, literally 20 minutes away, will be 15 minutes. And then I said, oh, y'all talking about South Carolina. And then Mimi was like, yeah. I said, that's where we was looking last time. Mimi was like, yeah, once we get stuff established, TY, I'll be sending for you. I said, sending me to where? And then Mimi was like, oh my gosh, you lost. I said, yes, so much. She said, to South Carolina, duh. I said, oh. Mimi was like, unless you don't want to come. I said, I do, but I got to make sure my sister is at least established and I have enough to move how I want to. And then she was like, okay. So I'm confused as fuck because I'm like, we had a plan that we was moving and getting a house together. Why are you moving with her? And why you ain't telling me? And why the fuck am I figuring out through a group chat? And why the fuck is Mimi telling me and not you? So I'm a fire sign, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got anger in me. I got that warrior spirit, you know. So I get to talking reckless when I'm upset, you know what I'm saying? So I'm over here like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? So I call Mimi, and I'm just like, I'm asking her like, what's going on? And I'm telling her like, why does Ashley feel comfortable enough to tell you when me and her had an agreement that we were supposed to be moving? And why I'm just not hearing about it in a group chat? And she was just like, well, I was scared to tell you because I did a reading for her, and the ancestor said that y'all don't need to move together right now because y'all gonna be bumping heads. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Because me and Ashley like never bumped heads. We was fine. Like, we was fine. So I'm just like, why did this come out of nowhere? Because we've been planning this for 5 months. So why now all of a sudden she's moving with you? Like, it was fishy to me. My intuition was telling me it was fishy. I was feeling it in my stomach. So I'm over here like, I'm not fucking with that. So I'm like, why are you scared to tell me something? Like, I'm aggressive. Like, bro, I know I'm aggressive, but with Ashley, bro, I was not aggressive like that. And anytime I would tell her, like, you know, come and talk to me about stuff, and we will always talk about everything. Like, literally, that's why I did not understand this, because literally we talked about everything. We would even talk about the coming out. All right. Okay, so it was like that. We was straight like that. At least I thought we was straight like that. At least I thought we was cool like that. At least that's how I was viewing the relationship, because that's what was put in front of me. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that. And I got upset once it was brought to my attention that that's not what it was, because I like loyalty and I like communication, period, point blank. You feel what I'm saying? You got to communicate with me, especially if I'm trying to move my whole life with you. Like, shawty, let's be real. I don't even know you for real. Like, I'm just meeting you, and I'm willing to rearrange my whole life and go live with you out of state, bruh. A state that I only been to when I was little a couple times, but as I'm grown, I have never been there. Like, I'm willing to take that big risk with you, and you can't even communicate? So yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm upset. Yeah, I'm finna go off. So yeah, I'm on the phone with her, and I'm just like, Mimi, that don't make no sense. Like, the fuck? So I text Ashley, and I'm like, I asked the ancestors why I couldn't move with you, and they said they never said that. I'm just finding it kind of weird that all of a sudden when Mimi asked you to move in with her, all of a sudden that message appears. When was the message? When we first started planning. I felt some way earlier about it. To be honest, I just didn't say nothing, but I got to learn how to express my emotions better and how the situation came about. It was weird as fuck, because you wasn't going to say shit to me either until I asked, and I don't like that, especially if we're planning to move together. Then you tried to switch it around and say I said I wasn't moving yet, but I could have swore we both agreed to moving at the beginning of the year to help both of us out when we was on the phone looking at houses in Conway. Then I had text you and asked you about it when you made the decision. You should have said something to me instead of finding out from Mimi. It just gives me fishy vibes. I don't like that. And this is what she said. And it pissed me off. It pissed me off. Because, baby, you ain't even like that. You ain't even like that. Come on. Like, whole time I've been knowing you, even finding that other side to you, you ain't even like that. So why you popping up at the mouth at me? So she said, I said my ancestors didn't want me moving in with you. Me and her already discussed me living with them when she was living in Georgia. Your ass said you was trying to figure out if you was getting a space with your sister. Mimi gave me 3 months to move. You was trying about your lease. You never told me about you saving up until now. Shawty, I don't do all this texting. I'd rather talk as grown-ups adults. When you want to talk about this as adults, call me or whatever. And like I said, I instantly got upset, because who the fuck you talking to? Girl, and why you acting like that? Like, why you acting like that? Like, bro, you dead ass wrong, and you trying to flip it out on me? Like, no, bro, you was supposed to communicate that shit with me. I should not be learning about it from no group chat. You should have been telling me first if that's y'all agreement, and the agreement switched up, right? Okay. So I told her, I said I was going to move out because of my trash situation, which we have been fully aware of. If I move with my sister or get a roommate, it would give me 6 months to save up. If I have, oh, my bad. Reread that. I told you I was going to move out because of my trash situation, which you had been fully aware of. If I move with my sister, it would give me 6 months to save better. If I have a roommate, that would be better because I pay all my bills by myself. I discussed that with you also. I don't think you listening. If you agreed to stay with her, then I don't know why you was looking at houses with me, making living arrangements, and talking about better jobs in Conway. And we also was on the phone with Mimi talking about this. She was helping us as well. So I don't want to hear that excuse. I don't want to talk to you. When I feel like talking to you, I'll let you know. Because as of right now, you don't see where you even went wrong at Ashley. You're cool, and I would hate to end our relationship over something so small. She said, girl, you don't have to talk to me because it's childish. That shit pissed me off too, because I'm literally trying to keep the cool between us. I'm literally, trying to, make this work. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feel like this is a misunderstanding. But that mouth of yours, baby, I will drive up there to where you at and knock you across your head. That's how I was feeling. And I said, you ignored the whole point that you ain't tell me shit and wasn't going to tell me. I had to address the situation to you, and that's the problem. You read what you wanted to read at the paragraph I see, and I said, it's childish to you. To you. Girl, I even told you in the reading I had 3 months to move. Mimi just told me when they found a space when we was all in the group. I said, any other time you called my phone, but you didn't think to call my phone about some grown stuff. Me and you had an agreement. She said, I even told her me and you was going to get a space, but my ancestors said it wasn't going to be a good idea because we was going to be arguing, which is happening right now. That's why I told you me and you getting a space together not going to happen. And what made me mad is because this wasn't what the ancestors came down and told her. This is what the ancestors came down and told Mimi, and Mimi told her. And then I'm like, why all of a sudden now is the ancestors telling Mimi this? That's not making sense. It's fishy because why now all of a sudden when Mimi wants to move to a better space, now the ancestors came down and told her that me and you were going to be arguing, and we don't need to move in together because it wouldn't be best for us. Are y'all getting it? Are y'all getting it? Yeah. Let's get it. Y'all in my mind. And I said, bro, stop trying to make it seem like we just be bumping heads, because that's not the case. We are arguing right now because you failed to communicate with me about something we agreed on. And now I'm voicing my opinion and you're trying to justify it by saying the ancestors said this and that. We never argued before, so cut the crap. I have been updating you on my living situation and what I was going to do better to move to South Carolina. She said, I didn't fail to communicate. I did. I told you my ancestors didn't want me moving in with you, period. I said, you said nothing about this to me. I had to find out in a group chat. Then when I asked you, you still didn't have an answer. Girl, you saying that now? What was this a month ago? Where was all this when I was telling you my plans? You talked to her Wednesday. I didn't hear from you Wednesday. I talked to you Thursday. She said, talk to Mimi about it because, to be honest, I'm not doing all this text if you can talk on the phone. I said, exactly. You can't answer. I'm done talking. I don't want to be on the phone with you because I know my mouth and my attitude now right now. It's best we cut this short because I was trying to keep the friendship. But you're pissing me off because you're trying to act like a Billy Badass. And, baby, I know you're as soft as tissue.
You ain't even like that for real.
I know you're as soft as tissue. Bitch, I smell it on you. Like, come on, I feel the energy over the phone. Baby, you're soft as fuck. Come on. Like, you don't even get down like that for real. Find you somebody to play with. So I was really fucking upset. And then prior to the day before, this is why I didn't tell y'all, prior to the day before, I had called her, trying to figure out what exactly went on and what's going on in the group chat. And I was just like, so you're moving with her? You know what I'm saying? She was like, no. This is how I brought it about because I wasn't being direct with it. Because I used to be somebody who I already knew my mouth, so I didn't want to be confrontational, but I didn't set my boundaries or really stand up for myself. I was just trying to feel the vibe out. So I called her and I was just like, we was talking and stuff because she ain't talk to me. This happened Thursday. That whole Wednesday, she did not talk to me. And that was unusual because we usually talk every day. You know what I'm saying? We wake up in the rise and send each other motivational stuff. We usually talk, but she did not talk to me. So that Thursday, when the text messages had going on and I called her, I was just like, so bitch, you knew what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't talk to me. Your conscience was heavy on it. You knew that you was on some fake ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I had called her that Thursday after seeing the message in the group chat, we were just talking. I'm like, how you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm straight, I'm fine. And then I was like, okay, so what is this? Like, what's going on? And she was like, the ancestors said that it wouldn't be best if we lived together. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, girl? Like, I'm kind of confused as fuck. Like, And this was after I talked to Mimi. Like, I called Mimi first, and then I called her. Because Mimi told me that she was scared to tell me. And I'm like, what the fuck is she scared to tell me for? Like, I'm gonna hurt this girl. Like, what? Why? Like, what you mean she's scared to tell me? Like, our relationship shouldn't even be like that. Our relationship wasn't like that. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, because I'm confused over here. So then I'm like, you know, when are you moving? Are you staying there for long? Like, you know, just asking questions. And she was like, I don't have the answer for that. So that's what I meant in that text message. Because she was like, oh, I don't have the answer for that right now. Da, da, da. And I'm like, bitch, you don't have the answer for that? Like, why is you making decisions if you don't have the answer fully for it? Like, come on now. Like, what the fuck? So after that, I cut that off. After all that had happened, she had made a post. And it said, I don't care who I lose anymore. I'm choosing me first. Bye. You going. You gonna go. And she shared a video and it said, big facts if you gotta go. And I'm just like, bitch, why are you going to the internet about me? Ho, you're like fucking 26. Like, be for real. I will come to Atlanta and knock the Mario coins out of you. Like, right at your head. Boom, right at your head. Like, girl, you're pissing me off because I'm trying my best to communicate thoroughly. And I'm trying not to tell you, you know, something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this the best way I can. And you're hurting my feelings, you know what I'm saying? Because you're being nonchalant and you're acting like I'm tripping when it's really you. Okay? So then I instantly see that and I screenshot it and I show it to Mimi. And Mimi taking her side, she was like, Jess, everything's not about you. You know what I'm saying? You're being triggered. You need to do shadow work. And I'm like, you're taking her side. You're taking her side, ma'am. You are taking her side. And you know something, right now, I don't want to talk to you either because, to be honest, let's be real, I met her through you. So you always gonna take her side, whether she right or wrong, and that's how I feel. And at that time, that's how I was feeling. I was feeling like I was being very cornered. I feel like nobody was taking in consideration of my feelings and my needs. Nobody was apologizing for being wrong. Like, girl, you're dead ass wrong. You should have told me. I should not be hearing from no group chat about a moving situation when you got the money, you know what I'm saying, to move, you know what I'm saying? You were able to have someone to help you, you know what I'm saying, your parents. You know, you were a little spoiled, you know, which is nothing wrong with that, but I don't have the same life that you have. So if I'm going to move, I need to have a plan. I need to have money in my savings. I'm not the type of person to just up and move and not have a plan. Like, let's be real, especially to somewhere where I don't know people and I don't have family. So then I text the group chat. I said, yeah, I feel like it's best I separate myself because I don't do the social media beat as I pull up in real life. And Ashley said, girl, nobody doing social media, child, and your feelings about what? I said, you're the only one of your feelings, bitch. I don't care who I lose. I put me first. And then I put the emojis with the clown because, bitch, you're a clown. Ha, ha, ha. I just said, LOL, child, it wasn't about you, but if it fits, so be it. She said, this is why you lose friends. And I said, fishy time. I said, you think I care to lose them or you mean nothing to me? Because let's be for real. You trying to throw up stuff in my face. Like, you ain't got no friends either. Like, I'm your only friend. Let's be real. Okay? And I said, I don't care who I lose. I got myself. She said, LOL, that's cool, baby girl. I never cared. And I said, I never asked you to care. You wanted to be my friend first. I never knew you. Yeah, so let's be real. My homeboy told me that you wanted to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking about me. He showed you me. You wanted to be my friend. Baby, I didn't even know you. So let's get real. I'm finna hurt them feelings, y'all. And she said, LOL, that doesn't mean shit, shawty. Was that supposed to be an insult? I said, if I wanted to insult you, I could have went deeper. I won't throw no lame ass Lobo out like you did. I don't care to hurt your feelings. You're a child to me. She said, LOL, you the one calling names in the whole time, child. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. Move along with your rising. I said, you're delusional as fuck. Never called you no name. I called you out on your shit that you can't own up to. Keep not giving a fuck, talking about I ain't got no friends, but you ain't got none either. Matter of fact, I just checked you and will continue to do it because I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, let's talk about it. Like, you wanted to pop her out the mouth the other day. Like, yeah, now I'm finna pop her out the mouth because I don't care no more. And she said, you didn't check anything, child. I told you the ancestors didn't want me moving in with you. I said, first off, you getting beside yourself. You ain't tell me shit. I asked and you answered, and you tried to blame it on the ancestors. And baby, from my understanding, you were scared to even tell me. And I just did check you and will continue to, like I said, because your cousin Mimi told me that you were scared to tell me. So what's up with that? What's up with that? Let's talk about it. I just said I wasn't scared. I didn't want no issue. I said the only issue we have is you failing to communicate, then acting like you hard, like you just came out and told me when I had to get it about you. She said you didn't get anything out of me first. I didn't feel like talking about it the first time you asked me. I said, you just proved I'm right as fuck and I'm done talking to you. Keep making IG posts, honey, but I will always come direct. Okay, I'm gonna just read the rest of these messages so y'all can get a feeling of like what kind of went on. Then I'm going to explain. So then Mimi texted the group chat. She was like, wow, the fuck is going on? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all better than this. Still underlying feelings going on, I see. She was like, LOL, I'm good. Shawty doing too much. And then Mimi was like, I mean, Ashley, did you apologize for not communicating the way that she needed you to? And Jazz, did you apologize for projecting your own personal problems onto her? That's the real issue at hand. I said, nope, I was going to apologize to her till I went on IG and see when she said, so I said, fuck it. Because I was thinking I should apologize because I was like, you know something, maybe I came off a little aggressive. But that's my problem. I be thinking that when I'm standing up for myself, I'm the problem. No, you're the problem, baby. Fuck no. And then she said, and Jess, how do you know that she was even speaking on you on her IG? Like, seriously, you think this was about you? Because I doubt it was. Ashley isn't even that type to do that. She doesn't out her personal business on social media like that. She never has. Not like that. Relationships with men, yes, but issues amongst women, nah. Most likely that was about that boy, Dre, not you. She doesn't even see the situation as big as you do to be on that type of time. That's not even her concern. So I'm like, okay, again, you're standing up for her because that's what she did. Like, let's be real, that's what she did. And when she called me to, you know, tell me stuff, that's what she told me that she did. Like, she was being petty. Everybody has that petty bone in them. Everybody does that shit. I don't care what nobody say. As much as you think you know a person, you don't know them. Everybody is still living their own life and dealing with their own shadow self and their light self, period. And I said, yes, I do, because her response was nonchalant, like she ain't care. I told her I didn't want to talk to her on the phone because I didn't want to say anything to ruin our relationship. I said, that's her response. So if someone responds like that and you get on IG, they talking about you, they don't care who they got to cut off and shit, you would be like, oh, okay, this motherfucker really showing their ass. And she was like, once again, you're being triggered by your own personal problems because Jess is being dragged on for days. But she ain't cut you off, though. She cut off the conversation of what was being spoke on. You jumping, baby girl. Ashley got other shit going on. You're not her first priority, especially on No Drama. It's more serious for you than for her, because you're being triggered. She just don't like how you coming, so she ain't got shit to say, and you need to own that, like, for real. I said I came at her correct about it, and then she started acting nonchalant, so I went in, because what the fuck you mean? Like, you taking her side. You still taking her side. Like, she's dead ass wrong. You still taking her side, telling me she don't be on that type of time. What type of time she be on? What type of time she be on? Tell me that. Okay. And then she just kept going on, talking about I pressed the issue, all this other stuff. I said, I never pressed the issue. I asked once, which is when I text her, I don't know what she's telling you. You're not listening to me. And she was like, y'all bump heads one time and not even in person, and look where y'all at. And then she was like, yeah, you think it's time for y'all to live together? Like, come on, this should be handled like adults. It's not being handled that way. You're throwing a temper tantrum and you got to stop. Jess, I was on the phone when you was texting her. This ain't hearsay, because I was talking to her about my personal shit. You kept asking, is this why she asked what her ancestors thought? I said she should have never came at me how she came at me when I tried to express my feelings. We wouldn't be here. She didn't have the balls to text me, but when it comes down to it, now you want to have the balls to tell me. I didn't want to tell you which one is it. Because which one is it? Which one is it? Either you got the balls and your balls hang low. Do your titties hang low? Do they wobble to the floor? Like, you know, either your titties is hanging low or they sitting the fuck up. Which one is it? Which one is it, baby girl? And then Mimi was like, all right, Jess, well, you want to laugh when this isn't a laughing matter. This is a space in the community to grow. When you ready to do that, talk to me. I said, ask her Thursday, and when you text the group chat talking about the date August before then, I never said anything to her besides I was going to get a roommate to save more money. She was like, I don't have time for none of this. Either you want to accept your part in it and correct it, or don't. Growth or stagnancy, that's your choice. Choose one. I said, you're taking her side. She said, I can care less about the emotional shit you do. This isn't about side. I said, that's what is. I already took accountability for what I said. She said, I told her what she went on and she accepted. You're going backwards and forth about it and still hanging on to it. So this isn't about sides. That won't do, because I won't do, and I care less about sides. If I was wrong, I wouldn't be correcting, period. I said, I checked her. I ain't hold on to nothing. So we just going backwards and forth. She just texting this long ass shit, and I end up leaving the group chat, because bitch, I'm not feeling it. You not finna continue to make me feel bad when you told me she was scared to tell me. And if you, like, come on, you was on the phone talking about this girl to me, like talking about, oh, she's just scared to tell you, like all this other shit. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, and then I shouldn't be hearing it from word of mouth. I should hear it directly from you, because we had an agreement. So I'm I left the group chat. I stopped fucking with them. I'm like, baby, I don't have time for that shit. I don't have no time for that weird ass, fake ass energy. So I removed myself. You know what I'm saying? And I went on about my business. So my homeboy called me. And let me tell y'all the right month. So this is around September. So July, August, September. So 3 months later that I have not been fucking with this girl, and I have not been fucking with Mimi either, and the other girl at the group chat. Like, I cut all of them off because hell no, I don't want none of that shit in my vicinity. So my homeboy called me up, and I'm just like, okay, what's up? And he was like, you know, I got something to tell you, and I need to add Ashley on the phone right now. So I'm just like, why the fuck are you adding her on the phone? Like, I called you, told you I don't fuck with her. I called and told you the situation. You know what I'm saying? You told me she was wrong. So why is you trying to even talk to Shawty? Like, why you want me on the phone with Shawty? So he was like, no, it's important, da da da. So I get on the phone with her. You know, she's just like, hey, Jess. And I'm just like, what's up? And she was like, I got something to tell you, and I feel so bad, da 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 da. But the whole time, Mimi was putting us up against each other because she wanted me to move with her so I could pay all the bills. And I'm just like, I kind of figured that's what I was figuring was going on, because how out of nowhere the ancestors come down and tell her that we should move together, and we wasn't even bumping heads. And even if we was to bump heads, it probably wouldn't even went that far for real. So I kind of already figured that. My intuition was already telling me that. That's why I removed myself. And she was just like, yeah. And she was telling me this and that. And then I'm like, okay, well, okay, you knew that. So what are we talking for? She was like, and I also did something so stupid. I wish I never did it. I knew I wasn't supposed to do it, but I ended up doing it anyways. I'm like, what did you do? What did you do? Over here, like, what did you do? And she was like, you came into my dream and you just kept coming in my dream trying to like tell me something, but I didn't know what it was. I was so scared. I didn't know what you was doing. I thought you were trying to do something to me. And I was like, well, we already talked about me. I love the astral travel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my spirit goes and do it by itself. So what are you getting at? You know what I'm saying? Drop the ball, sis, drop the ball. And she was just like, I was telling her, and she was just like, you trying to come at me, so I hexed you. So you what? You did what? You did what? She was like, I put you in a jar in the freezer, and I feel so bad because I should never did it, and da 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 da. And after I did it, a cat has been following me, all these animals been following me, and they just won't leave me the fuck alone. And she was just like, I've been having bad dreams, stuff has been happening to me. And then I'm just like, and then she was telling me how, you know, everything had being brought to life with her in the situation. You know what I'm saying? She seen how she was trying to use her. You know what I'm saying? She got a reading on it, and she's about to stop fucking with her. So I'm like, okay, you got a reading on her now, but why didn't you get no reading before putting me in the freezer, bitch? So I'm over here like, I'm calm, cool, and collective, because I'm not finna let no bitch see me sweat. So I'm over here like, when'd you do it? You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, July, da da da. I'm like, okay. I was like, you know something? I forgive you. I was like, I told you that was going on. That I'm just playing it out, playing it nice. Like, bitch, you got me so fucked up. You got me fucked up. Like, money's green, but not me. You know what I'm saying? Money is green. The earth is green, but not me. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just like, keeping it cool and collective. But the whole time, the inside of me is firing up. Because I'm like, this. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't even know that what she was doing to my life. Like, I'm going to tell y'all that shit was weak as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That little shit she was doing was weak as fuck because it didn't damage me as much. But I still seen the things in my life. So I'm like, okay. So we talking. We get off the phone. You know, she's sending me stuff. And then she sent me this frequency. And then she was just like, nah, she was like, when you wake up, call me. I never called her. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't want to talk to this bitch. And then she was like, I found a bird nest. And then she sent me this frequency. And it says, removes enemies and black magic. Destroys all hexes and spells. She said, Z, I hope this helps again. I'm really sorry about that. And I'm like, you're sorry. You're sorry about it now. You're sorry about it now. You're sorry about it now. Because I'm finna get on that ass. You're sorry about it now. Don't be sorry. You know, don't be sorry, bitch. The fuck. So I'm like, okay. And then so I just went to thinking, like, okay, so these was the signs that I had when I was getting hexed, because I had did some work with my homegirls and my candle was black. And I'm like, why is my candle black? Like, why my shit not going through? You feel what I'm saying? And my connection was becoming a little off a little bit, you know, with the higher power. The first sign I actually had is I kept getting nails in my tire. I was like, why the fuck do I keep getting nails in my tire? Like, bro, I wasn't riding like on the construction places a lot. Like, I was just going to work. I was coming back home. So why is a nail keep getting stuck in my tire? And it literally happened. Like, as soon as I would get it fixed, it would be another one. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that ain't never happened before. But you know, so I wasn't thinking about it at that time. I didn't start really thinking about all these things until, you know what I'm saying, she told me that. And I was just like, my intuition was like, okay, this is why this has been going on. Sign number 2, I kept seeing a face in my sleep, but I couldn't see the features. I couldn't see who it was, but I kept seeing a face, and it was like a female face in my sleep, and then I would wake up sweating. So, you know, I had those dreams a couple times, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I started doing my protection work after that. So then something was like telling me, like, Jessica, you need to take a spiritual bath. You need to take a spiritual bath. You need to take a spiritual bath. So I ended up taking a 13-day spiritual bath, and I was praying to Yahweh and the Most High, and I'm like, you know, I'll remove all this negative and I'm keep cutting off, so we can go ahead and have to make it do what it do. So I was just saying my psalms, you know, saying my prayer, and for him to give me clarity on what is going on with me. So it was, you know, a message from the divine, you know, because literally after I started doing all of that, like 3 days later, she called him, and then he hit me up, and then we started talking about that. So I'm like, okay. And then I have a piece of paper of other signs on here. I lost my job. I mean, I already wasn't feeling my job like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know, whatever, maybe it's a new chapter. But the way I lost my job, it was kind of weird as fuck. Like, so I was like, you know what I'm saying? Why was they targeting me? And I seen why. Okay, because it is. And then, like, you know, spiritual psychosis, always having like negative thoughts, feeling like you was going crazy. Because at one point in time, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? My relationship was going off the rockers. You know what I'm saying? We was going up and down. So that's like the 4th sign.
Okay, y'all, so I kind of messed up when it came to the order. So on the screen is right, not me, okay?
And then the 5th sign could be like your life turning upside down, like real quick, from 100 real quick. Like, you don't understand why. And so this ain't happened to me, but I know the 5th sign could be like the police being on your ass, you know what I'm saying? Or your life just going upside down, crazy shit just happening to you. So like those are all like the 5 signs of being hexed. Me, I didn't have real bad spiritual psychosis, but my thoughts was real negative. Like, they was real negative. And it was like, I had to really take the spiritual bath for my mind to be clear. And I seen why, because this bitch put me in the fucking freezer. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is not what it was. It wasn't like my life was going upside down. It was just little shit here and there. And I always would like clean my messes up, because my intuition would tell me like, okay, go take a spiritual bath. You know what I'm saying? Or you need to go work on this. So I would go ahead and get to it. So them was the 5 signs of you being hexed. You know what I'm saying? After that, you know, she was calling and texting me, telling me she wanted to be cool, she wanted to be my friend. I said, because I already know how I am. No matter if we start being back cool, I will never trust you again, because you should have consulted with your ancestors about this before you went and go did it. You should have never just did it off of the strength of what somebody else said. That's why I don't have a, you know what I'm saying, a spiritual mentor. That's why I just be guided by myself and Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for me to have that spiritual mentor, then I could say I go do that. But really, these mentors be out here, they got gifts and stuff, but they know better than anyone else. They know how to use people. They know how to abuse their power. You know what I'm saying? They know how to prey on us. You know what I'm saying? They're hunters sometimes, the ones that are not in with the divine, in the connection with them. They have shadow self. They are in their ego. So they will use their gifts, you know, to try to manipulate you. And I realized that because that was like the second person I had went through as a mentor. And then I was just like, you know something, I'm done with these mentors, because obviously they're not in alignment with me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm meeting them through other people. They're not really, I'm not consulting my ancestors about it. So this was a sign for me from the Most High. So I took it as a lesson. I took accountability, and I moved forward on it. And I make different steps within my life so those things don't happen. You know what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is, you know what I'm saying, when these things start going on in your life, you know, take a spiritual bath, pray to the Most High, say your songs, because he will show it to you. Because baby, when she was telling me how that cat and them animals was following her and her life was falling apart, I was like, yeah, because I started praying, baby, and I did a return to sender, and I sent all that shit back to you. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, and then this was the part that really fucked me up. Like, how you gonna hex me, but you don't know how to undo it? You know what I'm saying? We was on the phone. She was like, oh, I feel so bad. I don't know how to undo it. What do I do? Do I just throw it out? And I'm like, yeah, just throw it out. Just throw it out. Because at this point, baby, everything that you saying to me is going out one ear and out the fucking other. Because, bitch, what I'm finna do to you, baby, you gonna wish you never met me. Period. And that's exactly what happened. Like, the Most High do not play about me, period. Because I don't be going out here fucking with nobody. I don't be going out here throwing hicks, no, none of that. Like, everything I do is coming at the heart. So for you to do that to me, you gonna get your karma, you gonna get your punishment. And she thought she could fix it by telling me and apologizing. No, you was just scared because these animals have been following your ass. Like, she told me a black cat followed her all the way home and it would not leave her side. It was just sitting there staring at her. Like, yeah, them ancestors, bitch, them ancestors. But I just found it so funny. You know, I did my work. I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just left that shit alone and I removed myself completely, you know. But it taught me, like, you can't be out here trusting everybody in the spiritual community. You know what I'm saying? Some people is actually more fearful based than actually sitting back and looking at the bigger aspects. So, if you like my video, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be back at it again with another video. See you guys later.